It started as a whisper, barely a rumor at first. A hushed breeze slipping through Hollywood sound stages and fan threads. But then the invites arrived. Not digital, not mass-sent invites. These were personal, handwritten, inked in deep violet. On bone-white parchment, sealed with wax and tied in silk ribbon. Inside each, a pressed sprig of lavender. It smelled like closure and new beginnings. Just like that, it was real. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are getting married. A September. Wedding in Montecito. A sun-soaked dream somewhere between a fairy tale and a lo-fi music video. Cypress trees curving like cathedral walls. The air thick with lemon blossom and sea breeze. Fairy lights strung through olive branches. Like stars at RSVPD, early dot maybe Taylor Swift will hum a slow acoustic cover of Lover, maybe Travis Kelce. We'll awkwardly sway beside her in cowboy boots. Tables dressed in vintage rose glassware and the kind of laughter that says, we made it. But even in this collective toast to a love story no one predicted, one name rings louder than the wedding. Bells. One shadow lingers behind every headline, every Instagram comment, every quiet tabloid mention, Justin. Yes, that Justin dot, because suddenly, this isn't just a wedding. It's the final chapter in a love story that shaped an entire digital generation. A story we all assumed was over. Tied up neatly with healing and silence, but real love stories rarely end clean. Some linger. And this one left fingerprints all over pop culture's heart dots, so we rewind. Not just to scroll back through TMZ headlines. Let's truly go back. Back when Selena and Justin weren't just a couple, they were the couple. The template. Gen Zs. Ross and Rachel, except the coffee shop was Instagram Live and the heartbreak was on TikTok timelines. Their love unraveled in paparazzi flashes and viral compilations, too brilliant. Beautiful kids, too young to carry a love that public. But they tried, over and over. And when it finally ended, really ended, it didn't just break them. It broke the era. Then came Hailey. A marriage that felt like a plot twist. One day Justin was crying in interviews. The next, he was married in a Manhattan courthouse. Selena didn't throw shade. No cryptic tweets, no subtweets. She disappeared, gracefully. She healed out loud in music, but quietly in life. The heartbreak softened into purpose. She launched Rare Beauty, not just a brand, but a movement. She turned pain into art, vulnerability into strength. And when she finally spoke, it wasn't about Justin. It was about Selena, but echoes don't need permission to stay. They live in the playlists you never skip, in the photos you can't delete, in the old lyrics that still sting. Which brings us to now, September 2025. Selena, luminous, about to walk an aisle lined in olive branches and lavender, somewhere. In Montecito, under linen canopies, surrounded by Swifties and supermodels. She's saying yes not just to Benny, but to herself, and yet the ghost of a different love hovers. Not through Selena, not through her words, but through us. The fans who watched, who felt every high and crash. The ones who never fully let go. Because there's one name not on that RSVP list, and that silence, it's deafening. No one really expected Justin to show. But in celebrity culture, absence is loud, and this one screams in subtext. The internet investigates. Reddit lights up. TikTok unpacks lyrics. Did Benny borrow a line Justin once sang? Was that a subtle dig? A tribute? A Hollywood coincidence? Please. In this town, there are no coincidences. And Benny. Let's talk about Benny. If Justin was chaos incarnate, shirtless heartbreak, tattoos and late night breakdowns, then Benny is a different kind of gravity. He wears mismatched socks. Eats cereal from mixing bowls. He's not here to impress. He's here to be weird, warm, steady. That's the magic. Their love didn't begin with paparazzi. It began with playlists, with tacos, with silence. It grew where trust grows in kitchens. Not clubs. Selena has said Benny gave her something she didn't think possible. Not butterflies. Not fireworks. Peace. The kind of love that doesn't spark anxiety, but soothes it. A love that doesn't ask you to bleed to prove it's real. And that's what this wedding is, a celebration of self-love, of healing, of choosing softness after years of chaos. That's why Justin's absence feels so massive, because he wasn't just an ex. He was a mirror, a wound, a lesson. His chapter will never reopen, but it will never vanish. He is the ache Selena had to grow past, the silence she learned to fill with her own voice. That's why fans can't stop saying his name, not for gossip, but because we know. First love doesn't vanish. It echoes, and maybe in a Monte guest house, Justin watches from a distance. Maybe he scrolls quietly, smiling bittersweet at the girl he once loved who finally found peace. Maybe he writes a letter he'll never send. Maybe he doesn't need to. Because sometimes closure isn't loud, it's silent. It's letting go. This isn't revenge, it isn't a flex. This is Selena choosing herself. Benny didn't arrive to fix her. He came to sit beside her while she did the work. And that's what love looks like now. Not loud, but real, not messy. But soft, and in that softness, the ghost of Justin lingers. Not to disrupt, just to remind that we carry our past even as we step fully into the light.